Welcome.
Thank you. Good evening. It's a little chilly in here.
We have to stay awake somehow.
My name is Shua Huang, or Jim, as I'm known to my friends. I live at 8045 Newell Street in Silver Spring. Thank you for your time. So actually, a lot of my points that I came prepared with were already covered. You already heard from a lot of folks about the real facts, about the potential public safety impacts rather than cherry-picked alternative facts. I'm here, in case it wasn't clear, in support of the proposition. And so instead, since you heard quite a bit from the Chinese American community tonight, I'd instead like to offer some historical context with which to view the testimony that many of them have provided. So you've heard tonight a lot about legality or illegality of various immigrants, and I'm here to say that the lines between refugees, documented people, undocumented people, citizens even, are extremely blurry. I am a U.S. citizen, and I am also a first-generation immigrant from China. But I was like this close to being an undocumented refugee myself. And the reason is because in June of 1989, the Chinese government massacred people in Tiananmen Square. In response to that, President George H.W. Bush signed an executive order that essentially gave me and my family sanctuary. So what he did, the executive order is 12711. It deferred deportation for all Chinese nationals in the U.S., for all of their dependents, which would have been me, waived residency requirements, provided them with green cards, gave them work authorization through 1994, and basically fast-tracked us to citizenship. Growing up, I can't count the number of times that my friends and neighbors told me that I was a good immigrant because I had followed the process. And yeah, sure, I followed this legal process, but this legal process had laid out a red carpet for me. And the same is absolutely true. You heard the longest that any of those testifiers had stayed in the U.S. was about 27 years. Well, basically, the executive order was signed in 1990. It was for everybody from that point forward. So every single one of those people who testified benefited from a national policy of sanctuary. So I work in public health. I'm an immigrant success story. I work on childhood trauma, childhood asthma, a little bit on cancer, on hypertension, on diabetes. I went to Harvard and Brown. Like, everything about my story sort of stands out as the American dream. And I'm here to say that that proposals like this, even if they are only symbolic, are extremely important for helping to build community, for reducing the stresses that people might go through in order to make a life here, and are extremely important. And that although there are many immigrant experiences, even those immigrants who are against this bill, their testimony should be viewed within that context. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you very much.